back to another Take the Lead podcast. I am your host, Tara Chantel. Hey, we about to step into that bag talk session where we get real intimate with that spiritual bag within. And I have such a special friend with me today. Troy, please introduce yourself to the people because this one's for the culture, and you about to drop so much game. You about to drop that bag on us, and I don't think they ready.
Man, well, they gotta be. Well, how y'all doing? I'm Troy from Cleveland, Ohio. I am a herbalist and also a real estate investor, and I'm here. We on Bag Talk, so we here.
We here with it. We here with it. Please let us know. Being a herbalist, what does that entail? What's that life like? Put us on game.
Well, you know what? It's a different life because you have so many herbs and just the knowledge on herbs. It's not big in our community. We don't know that there's usually a plant with no side effects that we can take that'll help alleviate our symptoms, alleviate the root problems that we have. So it's definitely challenging because a lot of the times a lot of people aren't as accepting to it because most people go to MDs or medical doctors, but it's such a healing life because outside of giving people information or helping people deal with things, you heal yourself. So it becomes this mutual healing type of ordeal, I should say. But definitely we work with different plants, different herbs, where we put things together, and it's a team of mine. So we put things together depending on what type of illness, what type of organs you're going through. We definitely, as a herbalist, you look at natural remedies and natural plants to help us heal and help us alleviate our organs and different things from different problems. So it's definitely a different world because a lot of people aren't as accepting to it. A lot of people right now, I tell people, I'm an herbalist and they ask me, do I sell Herbalife? So it's a lot of miseducation or a lot of knowledge that us in the community need to get a part of. So it's definitely an interesting life.
It's incredible how we can heal ourselves through herbs like that and not even understanding what are some herbs that is truly can heal us. Like, I know you know a couple, but if we need to boost our immune system, I really would love to know your thought process on the vaccine because I don't think that's the way to go.
Yeah, me personally, when you look at the ingredients, like a lot of people say, get tested, get the vaccine, it's for safety, And you ask them, okay, well, what's one ingredient in the vaccine? And they won't even tell you. So at the end of the day, you basically is accepting the vaccine because somebody on TV told you. But me, I advise all my family not to do it. At that point, I just feel like we have an immune system. We have an immune system that's built to protect us from different viruses. So when we start leaning towards man-made things like vaccines, and when you look at the ingredients in the vaccines, you basically are y'all trying to help us or is y'all trying to hurt us? Like, you get confused, but a lot of us don't take the time out to do that research to see what are in the things that we're taking. Great right now, elderberry. A lot of people big on elderberry, a good natural organic source of elderberry. You got catnip. You got different multivitamin things like alfalfa leaf, that's good. Moringa leaf, that's good. It's so many different plants out here that we can take. And the thing I like about herbs the most is you take moringa, let's say, and then you get potassium. You get vitamin A, you get vitamin B, you get vitamin C. You get so many different vitamins and minerals compacted into one plant. And there's no side effects. There's no commercial that got to read the side effects really fast so that you barely hear death the last one. It all comes from the ground. We know we like our greens, so.
That is amazing. Yes, I feel like we can really, truly heal ourselves with everything that God truly made naturally for us. It's just like, wow, yeah, it's amazing how they can't even let us know what is in the vaccine that they're trying to feed the people. And then, unfortunately, our culture is not educated, and they just going to go along with what these people telling us, these quote unquote doctors, just because they got a right road, but they really working for the government to take us out.
Right, right. You ask somebody, oh, okay, well, this doctor says, I'm like, well, how many times you went to the doctor? Like, you really, it's honestly a stranger. You know, it's honestly a stranger that we, some way, somehow just become so trusting of. But when you look at the numbers, we look at we're the race that gets punished the most. We have high in heart cholesterol, bad cholesterol, I'm sorry, heart disease, cancer, diabetes. Black people, we are rampant in those areas. We need to be healed. So it's definitely a life where, you know, as a herbalist, you have to be tough because a lot of people just don't understand that at the end of the day. All I'm doing is trying to help. And if I can't help you, let me help you be a little bit more knowledgeable on the fact because you have different people out here that in a position that they can really do damage to us. You know, and especially with so much going on where we know that our race doesn't get treated with the respect and the equality that we deserve, you have to be very mindful of who you're taking your information from, especially health information when we lead in the causes of the disease.
It's so unfortunate that we don't trust our own.
Yeah.
Like, why not trust you when you're telling me, giving me these facts? You living right, you looking amazing, how
Thank
you're
you.
living
Thank
your
you.
life, leading by example. Why would I not trust what you're doing? And instead, I go to a stranger that don't even know me. And it's just crazy that we put so much faith in these doctors when they be telling us, you know, you have 2 years to live, and then thinking they God.
And then, you know, and then our people, once we accept that faith for ourselves. You know, somebody tell you, okay, you have 3 months to live, and you start taking that to your heart, you casting that will. And that's what makes it scary about trusting so many different people is that you don't know. This person could have had a bad test. You know, iatrogenics, that's the third leading cause of death. And that's death by doctors. Death by doctors.
Wow.
The third leading cause of death here.
Third.
We got this pandemic going on where we're supposed to trust these people, but yet the third leading cause is from them misgiving us something, not giving us the proper dosage, not following the right protocols. These are the same people we're trusting. The third leading cause here is death. So it makes it really tough because so many people, you know, they believe in it. You know, our parents believed in it. Their parents believed in it. So it's just a cycle that goes down, but it starts with us to break it.
Yeah, that's so important to break this generational curse because our parents did not have the knowledge and they didn't have the resources that we have now. So it's no excuse why we should not be stepping into our power like this, gaining the knowledge that we have right in front of us. And at the end of the day, these doctors are humans. They gonna make mistakes. They are not perfect, and we can't rely on them to be that. And we have to understand some of them are working for the government to take us out as well. It's a business. It's money is involved.
It's for profit. I tell people that all the time. The medicine industry is for profit. It's for profit. So
That's why they try to give
can't
you all
profit
these
from-
medicines.
right. You can't profit from a healthy person. You make no money when we healthy. So they try to keep you in that thin line of, okay, well, you're not healthy, but you're not too sick, so I can keep you, I can give you this pill. And then you realize somebody taking a heart pill for 15 years. Well, I got news flash for you. If you took it for 15 years and you still got a bad heart, that don't work. It don't work. If you still got the same illness, it don't work. We need to get out of that.
Yeah, and then how they made the whole, I don't know, the whole container of a weekly supply of pills that you need to take so you can continue to live. So how do you stay healthy?
Okay, so I live by a plant-based diet. I'm 100% vegan. I've been going on, it'll be 3 years in February.
Wow.
So I've been on and off since 2015 though. And what I noticed is that when I didn't have the discipline and I didn't have the information, it was easy to go back. And I have a lot of people now who tell me, oh, it's hard, you know, it's something that I can't do. And then when you look at, okay, well, what are they injecting the meat with? What are they, even the processed vegetables and fruit, what are they putting in these things? you can't erase that from your mind. It's there. So at that time, with all the information I had to make a choice. And I said, well, what's the best choice to live a healthy and sustainable life? And, just getting more plants in my system, getting herbs into my system, getting all these things into my system helped me. I dropped over 80 pounds.
Mm.
Collectively, I go fasting. I detox with a lot of different herbs. So I try a lot of different things to keep a healthy, sustainable body and life.
I was just doing research. Like, they have been trying to program us to believe that it is good to eat 3 times a day.
Mhm.
When you can really do 1 meal a day, fasting, detoxing, everything that you're saying like this. We are promoting obesity in America. We are promoting fast food because we are in a microwavable society like this. We want things instantly.
Quick, yeah. It's like everything that got quick. Love. You want your food, your package, even packages fast now. But you realize the microwave society, it just doesn't create things that's sustainable. It doesn't create things that's built for longevity. So it's just worth doing the work. Like you said, we don't need 3 meals a day. It's people who eat 1 meal a day. It's people who fast for days. And our bodies, when we look at the research from fasting, it proves that our bodies, it decreases inflammation during fasting.
Yeah.
Our stomachs shrink when we fast. It gives your digestive system a break so that it can go do all the bodily functions that needed to be, and they don't have to worry about breaking down all the heavy foods you eating, breaking down the dead foods you eating. So it's definitely a good way. And, it's just, when you look at all the medical facts, health facts that they put out for us, it's like, who came up with this?
Literally, before you said, once you really know better, you do better. And when you gain the knowledge like this, understanding, when I realized like everything that just being told and just this life of unlearning and relearning, we've been fed lies, man.
Yes.
How did you get out of this matrix, honestly?
Well, honestly, it took a lot of books. Books is just a way that you can sit there and honestly teach yourself. And I feel like a lot of us, we go to college, we go into school, but once college is done, once you get the degree on your wall, learning shouldn't stop. It should be something that we do every day and normalize it, because at the end of the day, you get your information from a post, a TV, and you can get it from a book. You getting it from, it's many different ways to get information, but when you're getting it, when basically somebody is just telling you that's not real information, you pick up a book and you basically, it don't matter what you battle, it's a book for it. You want to lose weight, it's books for it. You want to get your spirituality right, it's books for it. You want to develop or start using crystals, it's books for it. You can teach yourself anything in the world. And once I got into books, honestly, everything around me, like I started feeling like an outcast because I'm like, dang, like it's really normal to be unknowledgeable. It's normal to walk around and exist in this life and exist in this matrix and not really have a purpose or a passion.
And just
we live for
ignorant.
the next. Yeah. You living for the next event instead of, seeing what makes your heart happy. What are you doing on a daily basis that gives other people shine, that creates a light in somebody else's life.
Yes, and I'm like, why are we not normalizing self-love, self-development, personal growth like this? We are chasing outwardly external things, materialism, to feel some type of value.
Yes, and it's heavily, and I noticed that it's so heavily in our culture. It's in the music. I seen, I was on Instagram the other day and I seen a little baby with a little Bentley toy car that you can drive, like the little babies can drive. I'm like, materialism starts so early.
Yeah.
It starts so early. And we looking for this something to fill this void inside. And a lot of people gotta understand it doesn't come from outside. It really comes from within.
Yeah. And I feel like we are just so white-minded because we have lost touch within self. realizing like the meaning of life though, because what if we are out here chasing these material things for some type of purpose, some type of meaning, and that's not what life is for? What if life was to get our stuff together mentally, emotionally, physically, connecting and having these strong relationships with people, building like that? What if that's what life is all about and we out here chasing the wrong thing?
We chasing the clubs, we chasing the brand new shoes. You don't work, and then sometimes I'm like, you don't work how many overtimes for that?
Yeah.
How much overtime did you work to buy this stuff?
But then realizing we can't take none of that with us in the end. So does it matter?
No. People, it honestly, it takes a lot, being one of the people that you feel like, because I'm gonna say for myself, like I feel like I am able to see like the bigger picture. And if you don't, you realize you in this rat race. You just spinning around in the tube. You're not going nowhere.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And that's where going with having anxiety and depression lies. When you are stepping into your ego, you are worried about so much of the future. You're not living in this present moment right now. Have you ran into like anxiety when people are just so down about life, like life is beating them up, they not beating up life? What do you say to those type of people?
I say, well, a lot of the times we have to practice, and it's not big in our culture, but self-awareness. You have to observe, what do you do on a daily basis? Because if they say insanity is repeating the same things and expecting different results, then you literally driving yourself insane if you doing the same thing, but you're not even aware that you're doing the same thing. So you're expecting different results every day, but you have the same schedule. And you have a routine or a discipline to things that keep you undisciplined. You understand what I'm saying? You have a discipline to the things that keep you sad, that keep you anxious, that keep you not able to feel self-love, where you wouldn't even put yourself in certain predicaments anymore. It's a bigger thing. We have to practice self-awareness. We have to realize, check our own stuff, check ourselves, put ourselves in our place, and not have other people do it for us.
We have to take accountability for our own life and responsibility. That plays a huge role. And how you said you can get into this routine of life that keeps you undisciplined, like the music you listen to, the media that you're watching on television. Those are playing with your psyche because that's escapism.
Right.
Escaping from their own reality right there.
And it's so normal and it's so common. So, well, what you try to do is you just try to basically lead by example. Show people it's different. You don't have to be in the club. You don't have to participate and spend all this money on different brands that don't even care about you at the end of the day. And you can really find peace and joy in things, then you realize you don't even have to pay for it. A good relationship, a good laugh, a good movie can make you feel better than buying $3,000 shoes.
Oh my goodness. But how you said like these brands that don't even care about you. We are so white-minded. It's ridiculous.
And we pay for brands, and I ain't see not one of them come out and say who mattered. I don't see none of them stepping up, paying for people to be put on trial or paying for different lawyers. None of them do. They collect their money, and they go on about their business, and they put their families to school, and they built their families up.
And just honestly mocking us and laughing at us and realizing just the truth. Like we just, it's so easy to bribe a black person because we like looking good. But when we just don't have that confidence within ourselves right now because we rely so much on the opposition to make us feel better about ourselves.
I agree.
And
I agree.
I feel like one of our downfalls as a black community is relationships.
Oh God.
Let's talk about it. Because relationships the bad ones, the toxic ones can really end up in as a distraction and can get us off track of our course. What is that? What's lacking in relationships to not being healthy anymore?
Well, I wouldn't say in relationships, I would say within the individuals. I think
Mhm.
nowadays, especially this culture, we get into relationships for the complete wrong reasons. We get into the
Mhm.
relationships because we lonely, because we don't know how to deal and face the demons that come with ourselves. We getting into relations because we bored. We getting into the relations not even for the definition of what a relationship would be, for somebody you love and trust and have a good communication with. We getting in relationships for pictures, for cute pictures, or because we just scroll down in one relationship where we don't know what that relationship even entails. That
Mhm.
made us feel some type of way. So
Wow.
I think it's within the individual. Like we are lacking so much, and we try to distract ourselves by putting somebody else in our face. But the thing is, what keeps it toxic is that you didn't even build yourself up. Once you build yourself up, you attract better. You're
Mm.
gonna attract whatever level you on.
Oh yeah, I really believe you are who you attract. But it is mind blowing to me that we live in an era where people are scared to be alone, or
Yeah,
they're making it seem like being single, when you're working on yourself, just progressing in life, that's just a negative thing. Something may be wrong with me because I'm not involved with anybody. I don't have my focus relying on a man, relying on somebody else to bring me happiness, when I feel like I'm very secure with myself. It's so unfortunate that we're not normalizing just personal growth like this.
no, no. And we find ourselves dating the same people. You know, they look different, but you can date Sean 5 times, 5 different relationships. Nothing has changed. We don't take that necessarily time. We don't take that necessary time to really sit up here and work on ourselves as individuals. I look at it like this. This is how I try to tell people. I look at it like a credit score. If you a 500, you're gonna go in a car lot and you're not gonna have the best options. You're not gonna have the best payment. But when you work on yourself, you take that time and you build yourself up, and then you become a 750. Your options got a lot better. You're able to
Mm,
walk out without paying the price overpaying. You do the
mm.
work and you receive what you work for, but you can't do the work if you're consistently distracted. And we need to stop distracting ourselves with somebody else.
Yeah, get your credit score up.
Get your credit, the personal wealth score. Get your personal wealth, your personal score up.
Yeah, before you hop in bed with somebody else just to fill some voids and just fighting battles within themselves. But it's so crazy because a lot of people don't know that they're in an abusive relationship.
Hmm.
An abusive relationship can be just mentally telling you what not to wear, who not to be around. And then that goes to just physical. And then if they touch you, they gonna kill you. And it's just like we don't know how to step away, and we just constantly ignoring the signs though.
We do. I noticed that a lot of people, a lot of people have parental issues. You gotta go back and do the necessary work to forgive your parents for what they gave or what they give you and didn't give you. We have to do the work because we're bringing it into these relationships now, and we're realizing, if you didn't have self love before the relationship and you get somebody that's controlling, that person's gonna know how to manipulate you. That person's gonna know how to keep you boxed in. And if you don't have enough love for yourself to find your voice, stand up for yourself, speak up for yourself, you're gonna find yourself in that situation. Like you
Mhm,
said, we seen how certain things can spiral down. And it
mhm.
all starts with self love. It all starts with building ourselves up and preparing ourselves to get in situation with these people.
Oh, and that's what I realized. Like we already have all the answers within ourselves, and sometimes we can be looking outwardly to fix something, but we already have that wisdom within. But if you just tap into it, if you get move the distractions out the way, get the blinders
Mhm.
off, you're gonna be able to see much clearly. But I love how you stated about the art of forgiving though, because that
Mhm.
can really play a huge role into how we live our adulthood just off of how we were raised, man.
Mhm.
I'm telling you, how did you end up forgiving people that never apologized to you?
Well, I had a nice book, and it's funny. It is. The forgiveness formula.
Oh,
We keep the sources on deck, but
wow.
the forgiveness formula was a good book that helped me. And it basically said that, when it comes to forgiving, we look at, and a lot of people look at it as if forgiveness lets someone off the hook. Because we want people to pay. When somebody do something to us, we want them to pay. We want them to pay. And the act of forgiving is basically freeing up that room in your head. See, the thing is, when people hurt us, they control us. We occupy our mind with them. We occupy our mind with how we could have did better, what they could have did better. Why did this even happen? The distrust that you have in someone. But the thing about forgiveness is it frees you. Forgiveness is self-care. We do forgiveness. It's not even about the other person. It's about you. It's about waking up every day with a clear mind and not waking up every day mad at someone while that person just slept perfectly fine and woke up and went on about their day. That pain keeps you attached. Pain keeps us attached. So we need to stop looking at forgiveness as in it's letting someone off the hook or someone won't pay, because it's not our job to make them pay. But what we need to look at forgiveness is self-love and self-care, because no one should occupy mind in our head rent free. No one.
Oh, that was powerful. That was that bag that was dropped. Mega, because it's outrageous that we hand over our power for people and we want some type of revenge. Oh, I gotta get them back. I gotta pay them. But hey, I be trying to say, if you hurt me, you gonna have to deal with God. It's out of my control.
It is.
Because whatever you put out here, you gonna get it back tenfold. So hurt people. Heal people.
Hey.
So you're not gonna hurt me, and I'm not gonna give you that much power to have over me, and that's powerful, man.
It is. We need to normalize it, making it even forgiving ourselves. We can beat ourselves up too. We can beat ourselves up. We can say, "Oh, why you didn't do this? Why you didn't do that?" All day. Forgiveness comes with even forgiving yourself. We mess up. We human. But the thing is, having a clear mind, you just don't work well. You don't love well. You don't be well when you don't have a clear mind, clear of negative thoughts, negative energy.
Yeah, and that's when I had to really just be gentle with myself and have more patience with myself, because now that I have patience with myself, I have patience with my brothers and sisters, with the Black culture, because I understand the Black trauma that we have. I understand how we were raised. I just understand so much of the hurt that the Black culture have. And now, since I have so much love in my heart for myself, now I can love on other people.
Right. And not bring pain. So it's definitely a nice role.
Yeah, I want us to normalize having patience with the Black culture. It's crazy that we can be so mean to one another. Oh, she ghetto, she ratchet, just calling each other out their name, but not trying to help each other though.
Right. And that's why, and that's a good thing. And I feel like just trying to be relatable to somebody, because you don't know, we all were raised differently. We all grew up in different households. You never know what's normal to one person or what's unnormal to another person. So I just feel like in our community, we need to embrace love, and we need to just embrace trying to accept the other person, trying to learn different things about one another, try new cultures, something.
Yeah, you can learn so much from anyone you are interacting with. But that's when you got to really humble yourself and have humility to be willing to listen, though. We don't be listening.
We want to talk. We want to talk and show instead of learn and grow.
Oh, bar. We want to talk and show instead of learn
and grow.
Oh, wow, that was deep, y'all. That's that bad. Oh my goodness. We are in this culture of flexing.
Yeah.
We are in this culture of trying to prove ourselves.
And and you know what I notice about, with the flexing culture is it's just like, unless you have like an extreme work ethic, basically a lot of people are in the same boat. So it's like everybody got the same pockets. paying for these expensive things. And we all, we can use that money to build up, pull our money together. Let's create something. Let's build something.
Let's create another Black Wall Street, I'm saying.
Something. We can do it. We have all the resources and the power to do it. It's just we need to shift our mindset and shift the things that we focus on and what we believe are important.
Oh, there we go. What we believe that is important. And I realized a lot of things that are important are the things that money can't buy.
Yes.
Name things that what are important that money can't buy for us.
You got love, real genuine. I'm not talking about relationship love. I'm talking about loving with family, loving with friends, having a good, genuine friend by your side. Mm-hmm. That's important. You can't pay for that. You can't. Ask any celebrity, they'll let you know it's no payment plan for a good person. We can laugh. We can help people. Mm-hmm. That brings so much love and gratitude to your heart just to be able to help somebody, even if they're not less fortunate. Mm-hmm. Just help and just extend that hand. There's so many different ways to just give back and basically put yourself in a position where you don't need to spend a dime. Going on a walk. Bringing somebody along with great conversation. That don't cost money.
Oh my goodness.
Great exercise at the same time. It's a 2 for 2.
Forget that 4 for 4.
Forget the 4 for 4. We doing 2 for 2s. It's many different ways. If we get out of the monetary value of what we feel like he said, like we both were saying, what we feel is important, we can really start establishing things and realize that you don't have to pay an arm and a leg to have fun. You don't have to, and it's better the cheaper way.
And it's more intimate that way. Yeah, the connection definitely develops more stronger when we step out of the shallowness. And I love how you said how you can help other people, lift them up. It was such a great quote that just stuck with me. Plant a tree where you don't plan on sitting at so you can provide shade for them. Wow, you don't even plan on being there, but I'm gonna plant this tree for you so you can have shade.
Right.
What if we start thinking like that and having that service for other people?
We would be a lot less stressed. A lot of people don't know the power and the value into helping other people and providing service to other people, because it brings you true happiness that sit with you for a long time. It gives back. It gets good spiritual karma on you, especially when you do it for the right reasons. We deposit into the good spiritual karma bank.
Ooh, and that's what I want to let it be known. You are a spiritual billionaire in my eyes.
Yes. It really is basically the best side of life. You don't have to worry about doing nobody wrong, and all you do is do good. Like, it's sometimes where if you doing so good, you may catch yourself in the situation, but some way God work it out. Some way God work it. I don't. It's free, or oh my God, my tire just blew out, but look who came right away. You just never know. I've been in certain situations where I felt like I was backed into a corner, and some way, somehow, God provided the light out. And I honestly, truly feel like if I wasn't out there building good karma, doing the right things, being of service, always being kind, always being respectful towards people, showing love, I feel like it wouldn't have worked out.
Sometimes we can get discouraged because other people are doing us wrong constantly, and that makes us numb, or that turns us cold-hearted or savage because we've been hurt. People been hurting us, but how you just kept on showing love, kept on being kind to others no matter what, even though you didn't see the fruits of it right then and there, but knowing the grass is always going to be greener once you just continue to water the grass, continue to plant the seeds.
It's a life worth living. Like I said, we look for sustainability, we look for longevity, we look for true love. It's no fake, it's no facade. It's really a lifestyle, and it pays you more than money could ever buy. Like you said, spiritual billionaire, it pays you more than money could ever buy. I don't need to have $10 million to feel like I have $10 million. Because because every day I wake up with joy in my heart, and that's a price that a lot of people can't pay for.
I'm trying to tell you, like, knowing that though, like how you really are the controller of your reality. And I want to just touch on that, how you wake up happy. You didn't wait for nobody to just make you happy. You wake up with the joy in your heart, that peace of mind. And that is such a liberating feeling. And I feel like we all want to get there. That is truly successful to me. Having that peace of mind, being a spiritual billionaire. Tell us just about being the creator of your own reality and what ways we can step into that.
Well, at first, you have to realize that every decision you make is a choice. You know, you can choose to be happy just like you can choose to be mad. But being happy is going to pay you, and it's going to keep even your organs stress-free, because when we're angry, it stresses our organs out. So it's a lot that comes with being angry. And on top of that, it's a choice. So let's say, for example, when I wake up in the morning, you know, I do a gratitude list every morning. 10 things I'm thankful for. And it's super easy. I got toes. I can hear. I can see. I got 2 eyes. I got my nose work. I got lips to talk. I got a laptop so I can do this Zoom call. It's so many different things that we can be thankful for. And when you have that in your routine and you do it on a daily basis and you're consistent with it, you start saying, like, you know, somebody just cut me off, but I ain't die. And if I choose to be mad right now, the person will spit off. The person that made the right turn out of my sight. What am I still mad for? Or somebody called me on the phone and now they got drama. Well, you know what? Hey, I'm going to call you back. I'm choosing to be happy. I'm choosing no negative vibes. We become great creators when we understand that every feeling is a choice. You can't control what somebody do, but you can always control how you react to it.
Oh yeah, control what you can control. And that's just your attitude.
Right.
And I'm going to choose to be happy. Even though this cashier is being so nasty to me, I'm going to still tell her to have a great day.
Right. And you never know that, you know what? Thank you. I'm going to have a better day. You never know what that cashier was going up to. And I'm not justifying her behavior, but what I'm saying is, okay, well, if she clearly needs love. She clearly having a bad day. I'm clearly having a good day. So, okay, you mad. That's your choice. But I'm still going to choose. I'm not going to entertain that. I'm not going to dignify that with a response. I'm going to tell you, have a great day. Have a blessed day. Maybe even throw in, you know, hopefully your day gets better. You know, you look better when you smile. Kurt Franklin.
We really do look better when we smile out here. Putting so much more muscle frowning.
Yes, a lot of people don't know that. It takes more muscles to frown than to smile. So that's a fact.
It's just so many cons to just being negative. You age faster as well.
Right. And it's a reality for a lot of different people. So we have to get into the mindset, like, it's a choice. If something in your life is negative or is bugging you, you have to self-aware. You have to evaluate your life. Look at your routine. Look at the people you have. What type of vibes do they bring? Is somebody always negative? And you have to cut ties for your own peace, because no one else is going to look out for your peace more than you. So
it's so much power in letting go. And I understand it can be challenging letting go loved ones, close people that held a big part of history in our past. But if they're not benefiting you or bettering you mentally, it's gonna harness your growth. And it's just so powerful how you stated it's about the choice though. And sometimes we still want to do the wrong thing, even though we know the better choice. Why do you think that is, though? Like, we still want to do wrong and do wrong by others when we know it's truly the wrong thing to do. Like, what do you think is going on with the psyche there?
I think it takes it back to, okay, so we can go back into self-love. Because what's within you that's shaky that you allowing this to happen? Because once you level up, basically, you can look at it like, I always have an analogy for things, but I look at it like grade school. Once we get to the second grade, I'm not doing first grade work no more. I'm done with that. I'm completely out of those classrooms. So if I'm still doing first grade work, then obviously there's some piece of me that relates with this classroom. It remains with this grade level, and then we take it back to, okay, well, you got people putting themselves in positions where the same thing keep occurring, same thing keep happening, the same negative traumas. It's something within you that relates. It's something within you that gravitates towards that. It's something within you that's entertained by it. It's something within you that's it's a familiarity thing. So we have to go back and self-aware, self-analyze. What is it within me? Maybe you have to look at and see, okay, well, why am I not standing up for myself in this department? What is it within me? I always say, take it back to you, because we are with ourselves 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There's no other person that we can be with that long but ourselves. So you always have to bring it back to you. What's in me that resonates with this? What is in me that is attracted? Why does this magnet attach on to me? Why? Because it's something within you.
Yeah, we can sometimes seem like we just got bad luck. We just haven't, it's just negativity is just following me everywhere. But how you said it's really you. It's you versus you. You can't point fingers. And also, I really believe that the media, the music can control our subconscious mind. And especially it's so much negativity out there. You don't watch TV, and I bet you don't listen to none of this music either, do you?
Oh God, trash. Even when I try to, and sometimes I find myself listening to a catchy beat, but every time I get into the lyrics, I'm like, this really doesn't help us. Like I'm past the point where it doesn't stick with my mind, because I'm listening to every lyric. I'm listening to what I'm feeding myself. When you watch something, you read something, you listen to something, you feeding yourself. I'm listening to it. So even when it's in the car, I don't even listen to it for long. I can't. I'm always thinking about it. I'm thinking about, dang, I heard this rapper talk about 5 different drugs, and he's drug free. But how many people did he inspire to do the drugs that he don't even do?
Wow.
You can't ignore that. There's certain things that you just can't ignore.
And realizing that our rap music has been hijacked by people that don't even look like us, that is promoting this negativity to keep us stuck, to keep us in the rat race. But sometimes people are not being, how you said, aware of the power in music and the power in media. Let us know how to tap that out, to not get so caught up into what everybody else is doing, because it's really normalized. Like, we honestly look like the odd people out because we don't watch TV. We don't listen to that music. So, but that's all they're playing on in the car, on the radio, on TV. How do you stay out of that? Literally.
I just always, my soul just naturally gravitates to things that's uplifting and inspiring. I listen to a variety of different music. I listen to R&B. I have some spiritual music. I listen to WAH. They really good. I listen to lyrics that provide meaning. And even when I do listen to rap, I'm always trying to find a conscious rapper. If you get a snappy beat, because this is my thing with our culture. We can keep the same beats, but change the lyrics. And we're choosing to say the things that we say in the music now. We're choosing it. We can say the same. We can talk about investing. We talk about eating the right foods. We can talk about loving each other, uplifting each other. But we talk about shooting each other. We talking about kicking it. We talking about taking somebody's girl. Wow. And it's normal. And it's so normal that it desensitizes them to the point where when you listen to the lyrics, you're not comprehending what this man just said. You can't tell me, oh, you know what, I don't want to be cheating on, but you just rap. I just took another girl. I just took another dude, bro. Like, it's desensitizing us. It's making things easier to navigate into this.
Yes, and realizing that is so much power that this music lies into us, because we're looking at them as like civil rights leaders, these celebrities, realizing who they working for. It's just like we giving them so much power, but they getting so much control over the youth. It's so unfortunate.
And us looking at, and we have a really big thing here where we idolize celebrities. You know, it's some people who can tell you with the Kardashians who got cheated on in the Kardashian family over. They can tell you when their grandmother last got her feeding. You know, it's we we gravitate to that, and I don't know. It's this thing about wanting to be known, wanting the world to like you. And when you listen to celebrities, it's not even a world where they like. They consistently criticized, talked about. They have no privacy. They can't go eat for a simple lunch sometimes because there's 20,000 people outside the restaurant.
Literally, but that's what the culture wants more than ever, is to be famous like that.
Yes. No. I really like that. A lot of famous people, they don't even have the position. They won't even go out there and say what's real to us or feed us with the truth because somebody is in their pockets. If I'm paying you, I have leverage over you. I dictate what you say.
Ooh.
I mean, when the pandemic first came out, the first people who had it was celebrities. Think about it. Every other celebrity was coming out. Every other celebrity, and since we believe in celebrities so much and we idolize and worship them, okay, we started to buy into it.
Oh yeah, and especially like in the politics, they know that Black people really worship celebrities. So Joe Biden will talk to Cardi B so we can.
And then they do. Don't forget their little dance. Do a little hot stepping dance, and you know, and there's certain people in the culture that just invite them on in. Oh, you know what? That's enough with me. He with Cardi B. He must mean something. No, what is his policies that he standing on?
Come on.
What do you like? What is he talking about? What is he promising for you? What is he promising for our people? You can't answer them to those questions, but you're seeing him with Cardi B, so he's a worthy candidate. That's for any party. That's for any party. What are you proving? If our community doesn't even get respected with law enforcement, then why are we so easy? Why are we so, into letting people just come in?
Hey, that's just the Black culture. We invite everybody to the cookout.
Yeah, all he got to do, all little Tommy got to do is do a little dance, and he invited. He invited so easily. He didn't earn nobody trust. All he would have to do was shuck and jive and dance, and he welcome on in.
They don't got no Black receipts whatsoever.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. And that's what I realized, like, as just a culture, we drive off of drama and just negativity instead of uplifting and positivity like this. I wonder, like, what's the reason that we are so driven off of the shade room and reality shows and just truly just drama?
A lot of people, it just feel like a lot of people is just have a low vibration. Or our people is just vibrationally low. We don't have that spirituality anymore. We're not going back to our roots and understanding different things anymore. And it's like, that's why it's so easy to gravitate and stick and cling on to these negative things like the shade room, the remembrance page, or all these other things that keep your mind distracted on stuff that's not. Nothing they posted has helped you with your business. Nothing they've posted has helped you with your weight journey or your workout journey or whatever journey you want, fitness in general. It doesn't help, it distracts. And we need to raise our vibration and start putting and implementing good things and good habits into our life if we really want to beat this.
Yeah, we gotta get out of this escapism culture because everything is trying to escape us from reality and creating our own. Man, before we close, I know you think how I be thinking about these masks. Since you are a herbalist, honestly, what is your thought process on wearing these masks? Why are they trying to control us by just going to the gas station to put on a muzzle on our face?
It has to do with control, and they want to honestly see who's buying into it. You ask most people on a daily basis, okay, well, what percentage does the mask protect you? They don't even know. But somehow, some way, you want to argue with me when I tell you, no, take it off. So my whole thing is this. If we know that the virus attacks the lungs and the upper respiratory system, why would we put something on that weakens our lungs and makes it hard for us to breathe? Why would our practice be Lysol when you turn Lysol on the side, it says hazardous for humans? Why is this in our culture if these people are trying to help us? It goes back to saying the information, we don't control who they put on the TV. We don't control who we get our information from. But if you don't do the research yourself, you allowing somebody else to tell you. And these people have never had our best interests. Never. Never had our best interests at heart. So I don't tell people to wear a mask at all. People do. You have the right and the free will to do whatever you please. That's going to keep your safety. But if I'm about keeping the lungs strong, I'm not going to wear it because that's what's keeping the lungs weak. And we're breathing in our carbon dioxide. We're breathing in what we're supposed to be exuding from the body.
Literally, it's mind-boggling that they don't want us to breathe, and it stems off of George Floyd not being able to breathe, and now we over here writing it on our mask. I can't breathe. Continuing this pattern, continuing this Black trauma all over again.
We're saying this so much, we're chanting that affirmation. So you wonder why people are checking into the hospital, but why they don't release the healthy people who wear the mask who went to the hospital as well? That's a number too. They don't want to tell you that though because it's not a part of the agenda.
Ooh, and the media controls the masses, and they're not telling us about the people surviving, and they don't want us to know this information that you have about how you can heal yourself from everything, the plants, the herbs. It's all within that, all grows from this motherland, but they keeping that away from us though.
They keeping it. They do. Like what you do with a drug is basically you put half plant in, then you put half chemical in, but we're organic beings. Nothing of our body is made in a lab. We're all natural. So why wouldn't we go for all natural? Why would we go on something that's man-made? And they keep us dependent on man. They keep us dependent on these drugs that keep us unhealthy.
Wow, man. This was amazing, Troy. This was so good. We can't give them too much away so soon. We got so much.
That's for part two.
Yes, when you available, let me know because I still want to talk about being debt free out here. But we're gonna get into that money finance talk in a little bit later for our birthdays, honestly. But where can we stay connected with you?
You can find me on Instagram under 0mgtee. Oh my God, T. Also under Papa Plants. I'm always on Twitter under the same score. And I just honestly, I stay to myself because I want to be as spiritually inclined because there's a lot of different entities that you have to deal with when you're really trying to heal people. So I stay behind the scenes, but I'm always available and I always help people one-on-one or individually.
Wow, that's necessary because we need this knowledge that you have. But I understand you gotta dealing with this spiritual warfare that we're in right now. Honestly, you gotta army up. So that means you gotta recharge and be in solitude like this.
Exactly.
So you can be fully equipped out here because this is a battlefield that we on.
Yeah, you have to. And if you do anything wrong or if you mess up or make a mistake, you feel it. You feel the impact. So I try my best to stay level-headed, stay focused. And even if I'm dealing with somebody, I make sure that my energy is 100% good, 100% in a healing atmosphere. Because it's very important when you're dealing with stuff like this.
Wow, yeah. And I feel like we're getting doomed. It's no going up. It's just going to keep going like this, honestly. Thanks. Do you think it's going to get better? Or what do you foresee, honestly?
They don't really talk about a lot of the people. You have to do the independent research to see. A lot of people not buying into this. A lot of people know it's not making sense. A lot of people are surviving with just a flu or a common cold. A lot of people are so it's I'm curious to see how they say. I think it all depends on how the media portrays it. If the media portrays it and show certain things and cut off certain things to kind of give a certain view of how they want you to perceive it, then that can be damaging. But if we all just keep doing our independent research, keep going behind the scenes, and okay, you tell me that the masks work, but when you read behind the scenes and you see some masks say it doesn't even protect against the virus, You just want me to put something on my face.
To keep you under control.
Yeah.
They don't want us to smile, man.
They don't want you to see that somebody don't just have nice eyes anymore.
They're making us lack this human-to-human connection, man.
Yeah, and keeping us safe, like Zoom, people not interacting in school anymore. They keeping us one by one. And you can control somebody individually more than you control a group.
Yeah.
You don't have group thing no more. You don't have all the different energies, or you don't have people, basically even a debate where you get both sides of information. They keeping us away from each other so that we can't share this information.
Because they understand the power. How you said the power in numbers. It's no more concerts, no more church gatherings, no more full groups, no more. And some people are really buying into that. Honestly, it's scared to like live life and to be around people though.
Right, the fear, and you letting fear take over and control your life, and that's not a good thing either. Like I asked on Twitter, I said, what's spreading more, fear or COVID? Everybody said fear. Because even if you don't get the illness, you still have the fear with you. You still feel like you need to coach yourself in all these different layers, which you're not even touching the germ that your immune system naturally builds itself up against. So you're making it weaker. Everything that's everything that's in part of the protocol makes us weaker. So it's kind of like I said, it goes back to the people who giving us the information. Do they really have our best interests at heart? Have they ever had our best interests at heart?
Never have. But we put so much faith in the government when they tell us countless of times how they disappoint us every time. And just now they try to say, oh, the solution is washing your hands. Stay 6 feet. We should have been washing our hands.
Right.
Come on with it. This is a joke. 2020 is a joke.
Going into a restaurant with a mask on to take it off at your seat. Are we like sometimes I'm like, are people even trying to think like, is this making sense to you?
Oh my goodness, they are normalizing going outside in an amusement park with a mask on.
Right, and I went to see the point, and it was not pleasant.
Are you for real?
Yes, and we had to wear a mask, and it was people that came in the line that made sure we put it up over our nose. I'm like, you putting us in conditions where we really can't breathe. You're creating the lung virus right now because I can't breathe.
Literally, and I can't believe that they would want you to wear that on the ride.
Right. They don't want you screaming. It's
Yeah, it's honestly a joke. It's honestly a joke. But leave us off with some wisdom on staying balanced out here. We Libra gang out here, and I feel like when we are in balance, we are in harmony with the world. So leave us off with staying balanced.
I just want to say, it really doesn't matter. Nothing you do in life is worth more than making sure yourself is okay. So whenever you get a chance, go in, evaluate yourself, even write down who you need to forgive. Keep all these things because life is not worth living negative. It's not worth living being young or even older and you wasting your time thinking about what you could have did, what you should have did, who you should have been with. Let it all go and embrace the life and find your passion and your purpose. All of these things make you greater. All these things build you up and it puts you in a place where you can really find self-love.
That's the best love. That was beautiful. Joy, this was amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. I just want to say thank you for having me back to our session. I really had fun being here, and it was a great talk, and I hope people receive this well and really take some good notes from it.
Yeah, yes, get the notepad out. Because the bag was drunk. Thank you so much again. It is your host, Tara Chantel, and we are going to see you at the top, baby.